Hi folks, and welcome back to Travels with Paddles. My name's James and it's day 2 of our paddling in Croatia, and here's a map of the route. Total distance was 5.2 miles. So, the plan for day 2 was to launch from Sunj, where we'd finished the previous day, paddle all the way around the island of Kolocep, along the northern coastline of Lopud, and right back to where we started on day 1 at the town of Lopud itself. As you'll see in a minute, that just didn't work out. Almost immediately after leaving Sunj, we're crossing the gap between the two islands and we're heading towards Kolocep. There were 2 teams paddling with Adria Adventure, including ours, and for today we were combined into one bigger group. As we reached Kolocep, there were already opportunities for doing some easy rock hopping. There's a bit of a swell on the Adriatic, but nothing too significant at the moment. The coastline along this section is really rough and craggy, lots of interesting features in the rocks. I was taking every opportunity to practice accurate handling of the kayak in confined spaces. We're currently making our way along the southern coastline of Kolocep. One of the main objectives of today is to reach the blue cave, where we're intending to do some snorkelling right into the cave. On reaching the cave, the other team's guide got out of his boat to guide us into the cave, while our guide, Spiky, remained outside to look after the boats. Anyone who wanted to explore was now in the water and fitted with a snorkel. Yes, that is the way in. There wasn't much clearance between the surface of the water and the opening of the cave, so with a slight swell moving the water about, it felt as if the cave was breathing on you as you passed in. Very unusual. Once inside the main cavern though, it was fine, and the colour was just out of this world. As I complete a full 360 spin, you can see just how dark it is at the back of the cave. Time for a bit of showing off from the other guide as he dives right to the seafloor. Heading back out, and there's a lovely shoal of small fish at the exit. At this point, Hannah hasn't been into the cavern yet, and I'm about to lead her into the wrong one by mistake. Thankfully, we realise the error before we go in and get our heads pounded in a much smaller cavern. Back in our boats, and we're making our way along the most southern point of Kolocep, past the Kolocep lighthouse. It's at this moment, as we round the point, that we start to feel the full force of the wind that we were sheltered from on the southern side of the island. It does get a little bit bouncy, and our guide, Spiky, starts to worry about the fact that we're now right at the limit of what he's allowed to take us out in. There really isn't much option here though. We have to keep plodding on into the wind and the waves. We have a planned stop for lunch at Gornje Celo, and Spiky's already decided at this point that we're going to call it a day once we get there. We leave the boats and the kit on the beach and then go for a lovely lunch in a local restaurant. After lunch, we had to walk across the island to catch the Postira ferry back to Lopud where our B&B was. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video of day 2. Please do check out day 3, and until next time, stay safe on the water.